Welcome to Minute of Wisdom. Today we're exploring one of the most radical voices in modern philosophy, Jiddu Krishnamurti, a man who was groomed from childhood to be a spiritual leader, who dissolved the entire organization built around him, and who spent his life asking one simple, devastating question. Can you see what is actually happening right now without the filter of everything you've been taught? Krishnamurti is difficult to categorize. He rejected all labels, all methods, all systems. He refused to be called a guru, a teacher, or a philosopher. What he offered wasn't a teaching to follow. It was an invitation to look, to observe, to see directly without the mediation of belief, ideology, or memory. And in our age of information overload, curated identities and algorithmic certainty, his approach is more necessary than ever. Let's start with his most famous declaration, made in 1929. When he dissolved the Order of the Star, the organization designed to promote him as a world teacher. Truth is a pathless land. Think about what that means. No method will get you there. No guru, no practice, no step-by-step program. Truth is not something you arrive at by following a map someone else drew. It's something you discover by looking directly at what is right now, without the interference of what you've been told should be. This is deeply threatening. We want paths. We want teachers. We want certainty. We want someone to tell us do this, believe that, and you'll be enlightened, successful, happy. Krishnamurti says no. Any path you follow is a path away from direct perception. Any authority you submit to becomes a barrier between you and reality. This doesn't mean you can't learn from others, but learning for Krishnamurti is not accumulation. It's not collecting teachings and storing them. Learning is the active process of seeing, moment by moment, what is actually true in your experience. And that can't be taught. It can only be done. His second major theme, freedom from the known. This phrase appears throughout his work, and it's easily misunderstood. It sounds like he's saying, forget everything, become ignorant, start from scratch. That's not it. What he means is that the known, the accumulated past, your memories, your conditioning, your self-image, all of this distorts your perception of the present. You don't see the person in front of you. You see your memory of them, your expectations, your fears, your projections. You don't see the situation as it is. You see it through the filter of past experiences, cultural, conditioning, psychological patterns. The known is constantly interfering with direct perception. And as long as it does, you're not free. You're living in a prison of your own mental constructs. Freedom, for Krishnamurti, is not freedom to do whatever you want. It's freedom from the tyranny of the past. Freedom from the automatic reactions. Freedom from the self-image that demands constant defense and validation. This is a much deeper, much more difficult freedom than we usually imagine. Now, one of his most quoted lines, though the exact source is uncertain, the ability to observe without evaluating is the highest form of intelligence. We evaluate constantly. Good, bad, right, wrong, me, not me. Instant judgment. We see something and immediately label it, categorize it, decide how we feel about it. This happens so fast we don't even notice. But Krishnamurti says, what if you didn't? What if you could observe without immediately imposing your judgments, your preferences, your interpretations? This is incredibly difficult. Try it right now. Look at something in your environment. Just look, without naming it, without liking or disliking it, without thinking about its purpose or your relationship to it. Just pure observation. Most people can't sustain this for more than a few seconds before a thought jumps in and takes over. But in that brief gap before evaluation, there's clarity. There's direct perception. And Krishnamurti would say that's where intelligence lives. Not in the accumulated knowledge, not in the ability to analyze and judge, but in the capacity to see without distortion. There's another quote often attributed to him. Though the Krishnamurti Foundation notes the source is unclear, it is no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society. Whether he said it exactly this way or not, the sentiment is central to his thinking. He constantly questioned the idea that conformity equals sanity, that fitting into societal norms means you're healthy. He'd say, look at the society, look at the violence, the competition, the fear, the endless pursuit of security and pleasure. If you're well adjusted to that, you're part of the problem. You've internalized a sick structure and called it normal. Real sanity, real health requires stepping outside the collective, conditioning and seeing it for what it is, not to become a rebel in some romantic sense, but to simply be aware, to not be unconsciously driven by forces you haven't examined. Now let's break down his framework. How did Krishnamurti actually approach inquiry? He didn't give a method, remember, but we can identify patterns in how he invited people to look. First, observation, pure observation, not analysis, not interpretation, just seeing what is actually happening in your body, in your thoughts, in your emotions, in your relationships. See it without commentary. This is the foundation of everything else. Second, see your conditioning. Notice how fear shapes your choices, how comparison drives your ambitions, how the image you have of yourself dictates your behavior, how authority, whether external or internalized, limits your perception. Krishnamurti would say you can't be free of conditioning until you see it operating. And you can't see it operating if you're defending it or identifying with it. Third, stop naming. We label everything. This is anger, this is success, this is me being authentic. But the label is not the thing. The word anger is not the actual feeling. And often the label prevents you from seeing what's actually there. So Krishnamurti invites, can you experience something without immediately naming it? Can you let it be without categorizing it? Fourth, choiceless awareness. This is one of his key terms. Most awareness is selective. You focus on what you want to focus on. You choose what to attend to. Krishnamurti asks, what if you didn't choose? What if you were aware of the whole field, body sensations, sounds, thoughts, emotions, all at once, without preference, without control? This is not concentration. It's the opposite. It's a panoramic receptive awareness. Fifth, insight leads to action. Krishnamurti makes a distinction between change through will and change through insight. Most of us try to change ourselves through effort. I will be less angry. I will be more disciplined. I will stop procrastinating. And this creates conflict. The one who is trying to change and the one who needs to be changed. It's division. It's war with yourself. Krishnamurti says insight doesn't work that way. When you see something completely, truly see it, not just intellectually understand it, but perceive it directly, the seeing itself transforms you. There's no gap between insight and action. They're simultaneous. This is why he emphasizes observation, because right observation is transformative in itself. Sixth, freedom from authority. Krishnamurti rejected all gurus, all systems, all methods. He'd say the moment you follow someone, you've stopped looking. You're secondhand. You're living on borrowed insight. And borrowed insight is not insight. It's belief. It's memory. It's the known. True inquiry requires you to look for yourself, question for yourself, discover for yourself, even if what you discover contradicts what Krishnamurti said. Especially then. Seventh, tested in relationship. Krishnamurti emphasized that inquiry is not an isolated internal practice. You don't meditate in a cave and achieve enlightenment. You observe yourself in relationship. with people, with work, with society, because relationship is the mirror. It reveals your conditioning, your fears, your self-deceptions. And if your understanding doesn't change how you relate, it's not real understanding. It's just more thinking. Now let's make this practical. Here are 7 questions Krishnamurti would want you to explore in your daily life. First, when you see something, a person, a headline, your own emotion, do you immediately label it? Or can you pause for 10 seconds and just observe without naming? Try this. Next time you feel something difficult, anger or anxiety or sadness, don't name it. Don't call it anything. Just feel it. Notice where it is in your body. Notice how it moves, changes, intensifies, fades. See what happens when you remove the label. Often the emotion itself shifts because the label was fixing it in place. Second, what percentage of your decisions are driven by fear? Fear of falling behind, fear of losing status, fear of being alone, fear of failure. Be honest. Write down your major decisions this month and ask, was this motivated by genuine interest or by fear? Most people discover it's much higher than they want to admit. Third, what self-image are you protecting? You have an idea of who you are. I'm competent. I'm kind. I'm independent. And you defend this image constantly. Krishnamurti asks, what happens when that image is threatened? When someone questions your competence, doubts your kindness, challenges your independence, notice your reaction. That reaction reveals the image, and the image is a prison. Fourth, what does your body tell you when comparison arises? You're scrolling social media. You see someone's success, beauty, happiness. What's the first physical sensation? Tightness in your chest? Acceleration of thought? A sinking feeling? Don't judge it. Just notice it. And then, can you stay with that sensation for 60 seconds without acting on it? Without distracting yourself, without justifying or rationalizing? Just observe. Fifth, is your productivity a disguise for anxiety? We worship productivity, efficiency, optimization. Krishnamurti would ask why. What are you afraid will happen if you slow down? If you do nothing? If you're not producing? The fear of being unproductive is often the fear of being worthless. See if that's true for you. Sixth, look at your values versus your actions. You say you value honesty, kindness, freedom. Okay. In the last 7 days, give me 3 concrete examples of those values manifesting in your behavior. Not your intentions, your actual behavior. If you can't find examples, why? What's the gap between what you say you value and how you actually live? Seventh, when do you defer to authority? An expert says something. An algorithm recommends something. Your past belief tells you something, and you follow it without question. Krishnamurti asks why? What are you afraid of if you question it? Usually it's the fear of not knowing, the discomfort of uncertainty. We'd rather have a wrong answer from an authority than sit with the uncertainty of figuring it out ourselves. Here's what Krishnamurti understood, that most of us avoid real freedom is uncomfortable. It requires you to stand alone, not in some heroic, isolated way, but in the sense that you can't outsource your perception to anyone else. You can't rely on tradition, on teachers, on methods, on beliefs. You have to look and keep looking without the comfort of knowing you're doing it right. This is why his teaching is so challenging. He offers nothing to hold on to, no practice to perfect, no state to achieve, just this endless, rigorous, honest observation of what is. And most people can't tolerate that. We want something to do, some technique, some path. And Krishnamurti says that desire for a path is the problem. That's the avoidance. That's the movement away from what is actually here. The question he keeps returning to is simple. Can you be with what is without trying to change it, escape it, or explain it? Can you observe your fear without becoming it or fighting it? Can you see your conditioning without being controlled by it? Can you be aware of the whole movement of thought without being caught in it? This isn't a practice you do for 20 minutes a day. This is a way of living, moment to moment, always fresh, always new, never relying on yesterday's insight to navigate today's reality. I'll leave you with this. Krishnamurti spent 60 years traveling the world, giving talks, meeting with people, and he never offered comfort, never gave reassurance, never told anyone they were on the right track. What he did offer was challenge. The challenge to see, to question, to be ruthlessly honest with yourself, to stop seeking and start observing. That challenge is still here, right now, in your life, in your choices, in your relationships. The question is, are you willing to look, really look, without the safety of a method, a belief, a teacher? If you are, you don't need Krishnamurti. You don't need anyone. You just need to observe, completely, honestly, without end. Thank you for these minutes. If this resonates, subscribe to Minute of Wisdom for more invitations to see clearly without the comfort of certainty. And remember, truth is a pathless land. You can't follow your way there. You can only look. See you next time.